Well, it's a little wet this week, guys, so this week's report is going to be coming from inside the shop. So with all this rain at the moment, we will see another big flush out from all the estuary systems. We'll get that brown sort of tanniny water pushing out down towards the mouths. That's when all your bigger predatory species come in and feed. So you'll get some big tailor around the mouths of most estuary systems, some big salmon, and the mulloway will be there as well. We're already seeing a few mulloway caught, but the mulloway fishing should only improve as all these estuaries flush out all this fresh water.
You recording?
Yeah. So the estuary fishing at the moment, even with all this rain, will still tick along. There's been quite a few bream in the lower reaches of the channel, even in the Maroondah system. I got onto a couple the other day. They're still in there. Definitely need burley. So if you are chasing a few bream, get a good burley trail going. And don't be afraid to float down some bigger baits. Half a pilchard, a whole prawn, even like cut bait, like strip baits of your flesh baits. So salmon works really well, yakka, slimy, all your oily sort of flesh baits like that work really well. So there's a few bream around. You might even catch a flatty as well. So on the headlands at the moment, there's still plenty of bait everywhere. Lots of slimy mackerel around, still lots of yakkas, and lots of garfish still, believe it or not, even in this colder water. The water is still hovering around 19. It did drop for a few days down to 18, and we will start to see some colder water, which will hopefully bring the snapper on. As for bonito and your predatory fish around the headlands, they will taper off. There's still plenty of kingfish around chasing these slimies, but bonito and your longtail tuna and frigate and that's pretty much the end of the season for those guys now. Lots of salmon still around and some big tailor on the headlands as well. So look, it's still worth a crack, but you're not going to come across as many of those pelagics as we were back in the warmer months. So with these rough conditions over the weekend and into the start of next week, the Snapper Classic has actually been postponed. However, generally after a rough couple days, swell, wind, rain, as it starts to settle back down, the snapper fishing usually has a spike and picks up really hot. So hopefully that happens and we get a good little burst of snapper.
Yeah, thanks, Jamari. Let's hope those snapper really fire. It's not the only comp that's been cancelled for this weekend. The Canberra Yellowfin comp also cancelled due to bad weather. Looks like we've got a couple of pretty rough days on the go after this, and then it might come good Sunday, so hopefully we get a bit of fishing in on it by Sunday. We continue to see a decent marlin bite offshore. What is it, the 20-something of May, and the marlin is still biting. So you're gonna go north, I think, head out of Tathra, head north, just to the south end of the 12 mile, there's been a few caught. Hit that edge of the warmer water, sort of in that 20-degree water is where the marlin have been, so definitely worth a shot doing that. There's still no current, so if you want to go deep dropping, again, the ling fishing has just been spectacular. Heaps of ling out there. So great way to fill in time between marlin. Well, that's about all we've got for you for this week's fishing report from Boss Outdoor. So if there's anything you need to know, whether it's fishing, camping, outdoor related, come into Boss Outdoor and we'll hook you up.